So I'm sure there's a ton of veterans that are out there right now, or even service members that just got out and they're like, you know what, I don't really feel like my rating is fair, or I forgot to claim something, or whatever the case may be. How do they go about getting the proper rating or a rating increase that they feel that they're deserving of?
Okay, so we're talking about a few different things here. Let's start with the basic part of the process. You file a claim for service-connected benefits. After you get a decision, you decide that, well, I don't know if that was fair or they gave me all that I believe I'm entitled to. Well, the first thing you need to do is sit down and try to understand how they came to that determination. And a lot of the times, the problems that all veterans share is they only read the first couple of pages of the notification letter. And that usually gets a lot of people in a lot of confusion because they don't see what they want to see, and then they automatically ready to come in and dispute it or fight about it. But what really should happen is you should sit down and go through that document from the front to the back. Make notes as to what you believe wasn't considered, or things that you believe, could have been expressed a little bit better, even if it's on your part. Or maybe you didn't turn in everything you were asked for, or maybe you wasn't sure if going to that appointment was going to make a difference because you thought, oh, well, I have this. It should be obvious that I have it because I served and I was in Afghanistan. That's not how it works. The whole process has to be completed. You work the process, not the result of what you're hoping for. So that being said, if you don't receive something that you believe is a fair assessment of your service, there's a process called higher level review or supplemental level review. And then, of course, it's always the Board of Veterans Appeals if you want to go and sit before a judge and have them take a look at the evidence of record, and then, determine if they need to step in and say maybe there are more exams that's required, or there's more evidence we need to find. But at the end of the day, the initial process is filed. If you don't like the decision and you feel like you've sent in everything you needed to send in, then you can ask for a higher level review. What a higher level review is basically there's the next person over the one that initially made the decision on the claim, and they'll take a look at the claim and decide if everything was done the way it was supposed to, and if the claim was fairly adjudicated. After, if you're still not happy with that, you can go and send in a supplemental claim, meaning the supplemental claim is other evidence to support whatever you think you didn't get. For example, one time I had a claim in, and it was a third party medical facility that was going to do the exam. Well, they sent the paperwork to a mailbox that was the wrong mailbox. I never received the paperwork. So by the time I got it, I needed to reschedule the exam as no fault of my own because it was a UPS package that went to the wrong place. They didn't care. The decision makers said it wasn't a good enough reason for me to be able to get consideration because I missed the exam. So they denied me. And I was a little frustrated like anyone else. So what I did is I went back, I sat down, and again, to my original point, you need to read the notification letter and you need to determine what it is that they're saying you didn't do or that you need, so that can be a decision that's a grant, not a denial. And what I did is I took that information, I sat down and I said, so I didn't get this exam. I need the exam. So I went back through the process, submitted the supplemental paperwork, and had them set me up for an exam. After I had the exam, everything changed to what it should have been in the first place. And I got the decision that I thought I was entitled to. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we have to take pride and ownership and do our part to make sure that we're giving the VA whatever they need so they can help us as best they can. But in the event that you don't feel like the help was there or the decision that was made in the beginning was the correct one, you can actually go through and use the higher level review, supplemental review. And again, the Board of Veterans Appeals is always there at the end if you feel like you've exhausted all other means and you really would like to be before a judge because you don't think that the other levels have really taken a proper look at what you're claiming. And then the judge will help you make the final determination as to what you should receive as far as entitlements and benefits.
You have questions about your VA benefits, and the SITREP has the answers. Visit any of our 4 YouTube playlists that specifically cover VA healthcare, VA disability, VA home loans, and specialty topics. Choose from any of our playlists and connect with the benefits you earned and deserve.